Hello and welcome back to Scratch Your Farm Models. So there's been a buzzing in the background of the past couple of videos that should hopefully be fixed now, although the camera quality might not be as good. But anyway, starting off today's on Model Farm Week 11 Season 2. There's a lot going on, so let's get into it. So we've got Jack's Land Rover and Mike's pickup parts up, we've got the flatbed trailer and the grab tank is off the trailer as well as the low loader. Then we've got a few of the animals attachments, the case Puma is just sitting in the workshop out of the way. Then we've got the Amazon vert spreader that's having some major welding repairs doing because it was all cracked in some places and seized up. That's probably the oldest piece of kit we still have left on the farm, alongside with the New Holland square baler. So it's done quite well, so we might be changing it soon. But we're not going to spread much vert this year purely because of the price of it. But the little bit we have to spread, we're going to use that and just make do for this year. Jack's bringing the scraper cat out of this shed here. They're about to scrape the cows out. We've got a few sheep ready to lamb. There are a few left there. We've lambed quite early this year, which is quite good to get it out of the way and done with. We have got silage kit on the way, but it's coming over from Germany. It's really high spec stuff, but because of COVID there are some big delays. We ordered it back in January, but unfortunately it still hasn't got here. And some of the shipment companies have messed a lot of stuff up. Anyway, we have the Kubota M9 960 with the front loader with the hedge cutter on the back, and basically because we've got the new hedge cutter, a local farmer wants to get a slightly smaller version of what we got, but he's going to come over and have a look and work it around in the yard. He can't cut any hedges because it's past bird nesting season, but you can still move it around in the yard. And we've given the Kubota a wash. As you can see, it's a bit more shiny. It's got the bucket back on it. And then we got the little bit of fur we have in there, or gold dust I should say, the topper and the cover off the fur spreader. Got Ian's Land Rover on the back of livestock trailer, moving a few pigs for a neighbour. And we got all the kit in here, hedge cutters out. We might be moving some of the tillage kit when all the spring tillage works over down to the other spare yard, just to keep it out of the way. We got the straw chopper, straw's going down. We have changed the telehandlers. We had this class one in ages ago, and we had the Daichi for our tighter yard, but we have now bought a brand new, part exchange Daichi for it. Class Scorpion, very well recommended and strongly built telehandler, because now we have a bigger yard space. This is much more viable because we started having a few issues with the Daichi. The Daichi overall was good, but we needed something better now, and it was a good price that this one came up for because it's ex demo. So we got the shear grab on it, just working it around, and Connor's in that at the moment, just doing that. So here we have Ian just following the contractors. We hired them in to move our Daichi loader because the dealership couldn't do it straight away. So we're taking this down to the dealership, get some money for it to help pay off the new Class Scorpion. And then we're getting a new tanker as well, so because they're taking the Daichi down there, we've got to go down there anyway to fill in some paperwork. So we've got the 6820 forestry guarded with the Primex tanker, just taking that down to parts exchange and pick up our new tanker. And then we've got the extra spare yard up here, a few gates and a cultivator off at the moment. We have the Yanmar parts up in this field. We were doing some tree work on the edges. You can see it's got the saw in it. And then down here, as you can see, there's a fence that's part way up. The contractors that own this field here want to fence it off a bit better and put in a gateway. They've still got a lot to do, but as you can see, they've got the first part of the fence done and up. And then all these fields down here are the same and not much going on. Then down here at this end, Sean is back. We haven't seen Sean in a long time. But he's got another yard now that he moved into, but he's not happy with it because it's quite low and it might flood. So because he's in the firewood business, this piece of land here backs onto woods, so he's thinking of clearing this out, building a yard here. So he's just coming to view it. He's pulling up in his Jeep, can have a look at it, and he might buy it, and there'll be a lot of work he'll do on here if he does buy it. And this was getting on well. Not really much is happening over in the bog here. Here we have Mike in the Massey 3080 just drilling this field, and this will be our last field pretty much, and our own stuff that gets drilled, and then we've got a few contracts to do. But the 3080 is a nice fit for our little Samson drill, and then just drilling this field in. And then we've got Richard down here picking up a few pallets from our LC yard just to move them out the way and clear it up a little bit. Then not much is going on in this field in here. And then he's going to shut up and lock that gate as well. And then he'll go back up to the main yard and start work on the vert spreader. That's pretty much it for this week. Not too much going on. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.